I mean, all this time it's just creating the intro. I mean, I don't know how long we've been going at it now. I should have had to look at the clock before I started it. But all this so far, just been the intro, and we're nearly finished it yet. It's the lift to Helios thingy. Right, so this is the bit where we reach the terminal and we actually get some stuff activated. So let's see what goes on here. Oh, this is the thing I think we need. Alright. Helios 1 mainframe. The mainframe is currently unresponsive. The amount of power reaching the terminal seems... Alright, that doesn't matter yet. Let's get past the point. I fixed the terminal. Fix that. We don't need to know about me fixing this. Yeah, I'm chatting, I'm reading. My dyslexic brain takes ages, and here we go. See what goes on for here. Clever girl. Anyway, access the Helios. I love Jurassic Park references. But anyway, back to it. Helios 1 mainframe terminal. Configure power grid. Select output configuration. Got the McCarran and Las. Right, so I'm gonna use that one from configure power grids. Let's see where this bit is. It looks like from here. There's my voice, as you can see in the section called voice. Originally, when I drag one of these down, as I'll show you in a bit, the video will go video and then the game sound there. What you do is you just drag it down, and the game sound I put into music. So then my voice is in voice. It just makes more sense. If I come back onto this after a long time of not doing it, it will just point out to me what it is. You know, the voice is the voice, the music is the in-game music. It makes sense. So there's a bit of splutter here. I think that's me making sound. So if I go on this little dip, as you see in between where there's nothing going on, let's go from there and see what happens. Configure power grid. Select output configuration. Got the Maca. Yep, I like that. So let's split that there. Delete the rest and play it again. Configure power grid. Select output configuration. Got the McCarran and Las Vegas stripped, Fremont and West Side, full region, Archimedes 2, full region, emergency output level. I'm just going to do full region in general. There we go. Let's go back a bit because I don't want the writing on. About... Oh wait, I believe something else happens after that actually. Let's keep playing. Use Helios 1 mainframe, send power to the destination you're choosing. Initiate, reflect the targets into the console, otherwise visualization deck. Okay. Archimedes, play out. No. Alright, what I might do here is, because that is quite a long bit for me to put in and it's quite slow, I want quick bursts of just like keeping it going. So what I'm going to do is I'll make a little cut. So let's play this bit. Configure power grid. Right. Cut there. And there's a bit here I'm going to leave out that I don't need. Select output configuration. Got the McCarran and Las Vegas stripped, Fremont and West Side, full region, Archimedes 2, full region, emergency output level. I'm just going to do full region in general. Right, so this bit I don't need. If I go from here with a little gap in the sound is there, split that, and delete the bit in the middle which I don't need, and here we go. I'm just going to do full region in general. That's what we want. And then after this bit here, the next bit here is going to be me realising I need to do the tower up top. Use Helios 1 mainframe, send power to the destination you're choosing. Initiate, reflect the targets into the console, otherwise visualization deck. Okay. Archimedes, play out. No, I don't want to do that. Initial trials. No, that's boring. Can't be asked to do that. Right. So I believe now we've just got to get the... okay, so I don't need any of that bit here. So it's just after this bit. I can cut it again. I don't need any of that actually either. That's just me chatting random stuff. So let's go from here. About there, I believe. So I believe now we've just got to get the panels pointed up and doing stuff like that. I knew this was going to be... Oh, see, that's the annoying bit. I tend to talk... Like, I start my sentence quite quickly after my last sentence is finished. I've noticed I do that from doing this, because right now I'm going to have a tricky time trying to cut out this bit. Actually, I might not cut it out. I don't know, because right here I talk about me finding it boring. I might cut it out, I might not. Let's see what goes from here. There's a gap here. And doing stuff like that. I knew this was going to be a boring one. See if that's a good cut point. Now we've just got to get the panels pointed up and doing stuff like that. I knew this was going to be a boring... I see, like, I start the sentence so quick, it's quite hard. I could end it there, but I end on a high note, so it'll sound a bit weird. Pointed up and... I could. Let's have a go. Let's see how that sounds. Right, so let's bring it right in and let's try and get as far across as I can, which will be about there. See, I'm a bit picky when it comes to this sort of stuff. I like to make sure, as I've said once, I'll say it 1,000 times, people quite often, especially nowadays on YouTube, just churn out video after video, get views after views, and it's, I mean, I know coming from me, so uploads a video once a day, but I'm well aware that once you upload a video onto YouTube, it's there forever. It's like, yeah, yes, you get the initial burst of views, you get the initial people who first watch it, and it goes up to however many views, because they're your subscribers. But then, even after that time, it only takes the right person to see your video, and then that video could skyrocket. And the worst thing ever I can imagine is me just for one day to upload a video, which is a complete pile of pants, just because I want to upload a video, and that video gets noticed, or that's the first video that somebody sees of my work, and they think it's crap. And the truth is, it would be crap, because I haven't put any effort into it at all, and that's something I'd never want to happen. Like, especially when people talk about certain situations, which I know I do a lot. In a lot of my playthroughs, I talk about stuff that's going on in my life at that moment, which is ridiculous, because I don't normally even get the thing uploaded until weeks later. Oh, there might be quite a bit of a low sound bite there. I'll see how that sounds. And then people might then watch that video a year later, and I don't want me whinging about something, or something in that nature, to be the first video they ever see of mine, or something that's really crap of mine to be the first thing they see. So this is test. See, that was another situation where I started the sentence really quickly, but let's test this, because it's quite I've decreased the sound quite a lot, so let's make sure that sounds right. Power grid. I'm just going to do full region in general. No, that sounds fine. See, that'd be one of those situations, if I didn't drop that sound, it would just hit on too quick, and I wouldn't like that. So let's just quickly flick over here and grab this bit, and this was the bit I really wanted to see how it sounded. And as you've seen, I've moved over this, because this intro is now going to be longer than the one was previously before it. And as you can see, I'm coming on to, Jesus, 2 minutes now. I better wrap this up. The next bit, I think, after this will be the bit in which it ends the video, because I don't want these intros to be too long. If in doubt, if this does get too long, then what I'll have to do is I'll have to edit out the bit where Boone and that are shooting up people, because that's really not relevant to the story. Whoops, and I've done this, which happens to be quite a lot. I accidentally clicked the wrong button and put that up there, but that's done now, so let's get out of the way. Yeah, opening trimmer. Quite often you do these things, and because you're just like pressing buttons constantly, after a while you do it on a bit of like autopilot, it kind of messes up. But right, as I say, I don't normally do this, but let's just do this one now, just to see how it sounds. But yeah, in a sense, I don't want it to, because it will drag out the video longer, and this is going to be a pretty long video, I'm well aware of that, but it's quite good that if this does go on too long and I have to cut something out, that's quite good, because it shows you the process I have to go through sometimes, but sometimes I then have to go back and delete work I've just done. But see if that bit sounds alright there. And then pointed up. No, it kind of dips down too much, like, oh, see how it sounds from the start. So I believe now we've just got to get the panels and then pointed up. Now you see that it drops down too much. I need to, if I extend this, will I hear that bit of my voice if I extend this? Let's have a look. And then pointed up. Now you still hear me talking. Previously, let's try there. And then pointed up. No, I'm going to have to include the rest of it, because that's going to sound wrong. So let's see how that sounds there. And then pointed up and doing stuff like that. I knew this was going to be. I'm just going to have to include the boring bit, because otherwise the sound's weird and it cuts off too low. So I'm just going to have to include that bit into it. So about there. See how it sounds in total. So I believe now we've just got to get the panels and then pointed up and doing stuff like that. I knew this was going to be a boring one. Yeah, that sounds a lot better. It flows down, it ends better. I just prefer that. I mean, I'd prefer not to add in a bit in my own playthrough where I say I find it boring, because it's not a very good introduction to the story. But I'd prefer to have that and then it sound bad. So right, I think I need to add in just 2 more bits here. I don't want this to make this too long, but there's one bit here where the panel says it's the wrong type of day. I need to add that in, and then I have to add in this last bit where I actually end the episode, so I can pick it up from where my last episode ended. So let's go down. There's the panel. Let's see what happens here when I press it. Boom. The console is unresponsive. Oh man, I bummed for no reason. I'm pre-bumulated. For it to operate properly, you would need it to be activated during peak sunlight hours, 3 AM to 3 PM. A power configuration would need to be set up Right, so I don't need that whole thing. I just need the bit where I say it's 9 AM to 3 PM. And yes, I'm aware in the video I said 3 AM. Yet again, dyslexia, it mixes numbers and letters around. Sorry, dude. Something you guys are just going to have to deal with. But right, let's see if I can get it from the start of that. In the tower's mainframe and 2 ground level. No, that's too late on. Let's do it from here. For it to operate properly, you would need it to be activated during peak sunlight hours, 3 AM to 3 PM. A power configuration. After PM is where I'm going to stop that one. So let's get that to about there. Split, delete this. For it to operate properly, you would need it to be activated during peak sunlight hours, 3 AM to 3 PM. Right there, and that gap isn't too bad. I think I'll be able to do that one fine. So let's take that. Oop, copy, that'll do fine as well, but let's cut it, take it back. Might even have to drag this out a bit longer. This is going to be a really long intro. I may have to take something out of it, unfortunately. But that's the whole point of this video, for you guys to see the process in which I go through. So, put that there. That there. Add in the 20, whoop, Jesus. Add in the 20-second fading. And that one there, thank you. And I'm going to leave that one there, obviously, because I need to add on that later. And, okay, so, where's the, oh, well, I check my Pip-Boy, see what the time is. Actually, no, I don't think I even need to add in that bit where I check, see what the time is. Because if I have to go down and get some sleep, then that's going to be quite obvious that that's what I'm trying to do. I don't need to add in the bit to show that it's the wrong time. If I just say that I'm going down to get some sleep, that's clearly obvious I'm trying to get the right time. So, and I believe it's from this bit here. Actually, let's just go back one bit. Anyway, bear with me a moment, guys. I'm just going to check my recording, make sure the recording of the voice and everything is going just fine, and also going to read that message. So I'll be back in a little moment. Okay, now I don't mention anything there about my getting my sleep. So that's right. Let's have a look. See if I mention it back here at some point. Oh, I hurt myself sometimes. Hurt myself. Right, it's up in here. Find ourselves a bed. Howdy. Because originally, after that bit there, when I was going to check the message, I was going to add on the episode after, but that came to exactly 20 minutes at that point, so I decided to leave it in the end. But this is going to become a bit of a pickle, because I don't end an episode. I prefer it when I don't actually end the episode, and it's just a general just bit, and I cut it, because it's so much easier to end. But, right, let's go back here and see what I say. Helios 1.
Yes, there we go. I'm not running through that again. Jesus.
Travel down there, get a bed, sleep until it's the morning. If I hadn't grabbed that 8 hours sleep, I would be right on the right time as well. Oh, I hurt myself sometimes. That seems like a good bit there where I'm saying exactly what I'm going to do, and then I can just add in that fade in at the end. So I think that sounds about right. So let's go back here again. Travel down there, get a bed, sleep until it's the morning. If I hadn't grabbed that 8 hours sleep, I'm not running through all that again. Jesus. Travel down there, get a bed, sleep until it's the morning. If I hadn't grabbed that 8 hours, travel down there, get a bed. Right, that's the only bit of there I need. Just a little bit of info that says travel down, get a bed, sleep until the morning. So there we go. Delete that. Travel down there, get a bed, sleep until it's the morning. Take that. Right, that's it. And then I'm just going to grab the end bit and stick that on the end, and that is going to be the end of that one. That is a very long intro. That is a lot longer than I like my intros to be honest. Because the intros... see, like, there we go. That's that 0 bit I tell you about. Look, I do that, and it stops me. Even though I pull it across, nothing actually happens. And the only way to do that is I found the quickest way. Normally the one on the left is the one you need to grab, because it's normally the one it's the other one you've put in. Do this. What that does is that doesn't move the event, that shortens the event. Just do that, bring it back, problem solved, done. And then you can drag it across. I have no idea what that is. I have no idea why that happens. I don't know if it's just a problem with the system or if it actually means something. I have no idea. If anyone does know, feel free to tell me. But that's the way I solve it. And feel free to follow that advice if that helps you at all. So now this bit, this ending bit, I don't like. I don't know how I'm going to use this that well, but let's have a look. Anyway, bear with me a moment, guys. I'm just going to check my recording, make sure the recording of the voice and everything is going just fine, and also going to read that message. So I'll be back in a little moment. I talk pretty fast at that point, and it's not just a general end. I'm talking about something that isn't anything to do with the story, and I don't like it to end like that. What I might do, and this is something I don't do that much, and in actual fact I never do, is I might end it on this bit here. I normally like to end it where the last video actually ended, so I'm picking up exactly where I left off, but Oh, I've got an idea actually. That's a bit of a dull picture. So this is something I've never done ever. So there you go. You've seen the first right here. But if I clear the group, delete the top picture, and delete that. So now I've just got my voice saying about sleeping, and now cut this and paste it in here. Oh crud! That isn't what I wanted to do. Edit, unpaste that. The reason why I could have just moved it unbalances all my stuff I've done there. So I'm not going to bother with that. Let's put it there instead. It's quite long. I didn't mean to grab the whole thing. And if I ungroup, actually, if you go group and just do remove from, all that does is just remove one bit and not the whole lot. So I'm going to remove the sound and drag the picture over. And what I'll do is I'll put that sound with this picture instead. Even though it's kind of lying as to what actually happened, it's better in my mind than the alternative, which is just having something that I don't want there at all. So let's put that in there, let's put that in there. Sound balance that out to 20 and see how that plays. 3 AM to 3 PM. Travel down there, get a bed, sleep until it's the morning. Yep, that sounds alright with me. What I'm going to do is just quickly drag this one back a bit so it gets rid of that little sound bump and just fade that slightly and group these lot together for future reference. And great. Now what you can see here is these little sound bits. I made each one of these 3 seconds long. And then when that one ends, 3 seconds. That way this one fades the picture down and then you have about another 3 seconds of music. There you go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly save it. Make sure you constantly save your work throughout, because if one thing goes wrong and you lose everything, say like a power cut happens, you're screwed. Now as I say, normally I say this as Workshop Fallout, but just for the reference of this, I'm going to save this as Fallout 1, Workshop 1. That way, just in case, for whatever reason, Fraps hasn't been recording, I can go back and do it all again as much as it will pain me. So let's just save this as Fallout 1 for now. There we go, right. So now we've got that done. It's quite long, but I think I'm willing to leave it at that, to be honest with you. I think I'm okay. I don't know, let's go back and give it a quick look, see how it looks. Previously, in Fallout New Vegas. But, what are you trying to accomplish?
Well, see, we're getting power because the guy running this place is...
Yeah, we've heard all this bit before, so let's just go from this guy here.
The need for power is great everywhere. Distributing it evenly is the most rational and humane choice.
Yep, this is where we're going. Let's go, boys. Oh, here we go. Friggin' Repcon Center all over again. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, they got it. Nice one. And they took out this. Sweet, these guys are doing everything for me. Cheers, guys. I didn't have to do anything. Oh, look at that. Jesus, my minions are awesome. I didn't have to do anything anymore. I might just put my gun away. Alright, Boom's lost his mind. Whoa! Boom!
Hostiles. To fear.
Please shut the hell up.
Do not be alarmed.
Oh!
Order will be restored soon.
What's that? That's a quad! Oh, blew his face off. Guys, well done. That was impressive. I configure power grid. I'm just going to do full region in general. So I believe now we've just got to get the panels pointed up and doing stuff like that. I knew this was going to be a boring one. For it to operate properly, you would need it to be activated during peak sunlight hours, 3 AM to 3 PM. Travel down there, get a bed, sleep until it's the morning. Right, so that wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was going to be. It seemed like it was going to be really long, but that didn't take as long. I mean, I know I did skip this start bit, but that didn't seem that bad. I'm okay with that. I think I'm going to leave that as is. It is shockingly hard to try and get down 20 minutes of video just into what I like to be normally a minute to 2 minutes long. I mean, I know this one precedes that a bit to about 2.5 minutes, but oh well. So right, what I do next is that's the intro done. This has been it's been a long time at least. I know it was a good hour or so ago, I believe I started this, but God, I hope not. That's going to be a long upload. It's a funny sidebar. 30-minute video took 14 hours the other day to upload. I cannot wait until we get our new internet. But anyway, so what I do here, that's the intro done. That's that done. I'm happy with that. So what I now need to do is I need to bring it into the actual main screen, the main, like, the big bang. Okay, that's the previously done. here's the intro. So as I say here, 3 seconds worth of that, 3 seconds worth of sound decreasing, and then what I like to do is I would like to wait another 3 seconds before I bring this bit in here, because it's just like that extra sort of pow factor. So as you can see up here, got 32 seconds and 7 of those things. So that means at 3 seconds I'm going to need to wait that till 35 and 7 of them. So let's bring this across. 35 and 7 of them, and there's my marker. So let's grab and play through my intro, bring that to there, line up these bits here, these little blocks here which you're seeing, they're the text, Boone, Eddie and Gribble, and these 2 bits here, it's Fallout New Vegas, and then the one below it is that coming in. I might as well go into a little bit of detail about how to do this. Right, is what you want to do here is you want to just leave the 3 second gap, because once this bit ends, if it hit right into this, you'd almost think this is part of the previously, just with music, and it'll be a bit weird. But by leaving the gap, it's kind of like that's over, you've realised that's done, and you kind of mellow out, and then this is hitting straight off. You don't bring up the sound. The sound, as you can see there, is just a dead start. There is no bringing in, fading, none of that. Dead start. The only reason I fade in the picture a little bit is just because the picture at the very start isn't necessarily what I liked. I like it from about there, so the fading works for that. And it's like, boom, here we go. That's what happened before. This is what about to happen, and that's what I like. That's what I like to see. So if you see how this goes, now it's 3 seconds away from when the sound ends, not from when the picture stops. Let's see how that works. AM to 3 PM. Travel down there, get a bed, sleep until it's the morning. And I stop that there because I don't want to get copyrighted for sound and music and stuff like that, because I do need to, unfortunately at some point, this intro is not going to go, but this sound clip for it is going to have to go. I'm going to have to get a new sound clip for this. And if anyone makes dramatic pieces of music like this and is listening to this at this moment, please personal message me, and I would love to try out some of your music, because I cannot use this Pirates of the Caribbean music because it is giving me copyright out of my arse. It's not affecting me. My videos are still worldwide, and it only appears with a little ad on it, something like that. But if my channel is ever to go anywhere, I need to eradicate all copyrighted music from it. I've done it for the most part, but right now this is the main problem. I need another piece of music, but I can't find something that is dramatic and fits the entrance as well as that music does, and it's a problem. I shouldn't have done this. I should have looked for music first before I started this. But when I first started this, it was back when I was kind of fresh to YouTube and making stuff, at least, so I was unaware of the copyright laws and stuff like that. So, but yeah, if anyone makes scoring music and they can make something as epic as the Pirates of the Caribbean music, or just something like that, I've got something in mind already, but I'll be willing to change my entrance, of course. It's just I need some different music here. But yeah, so what I do is I chose a selection of clips which show them best, and then I made basically I have 2 clips per person. So this bit is always going to be here. I'm always going to choose that unless I find another bit of walking, just because this bit in my mind has kind of become iconic for the start of the entrance. It's him running along and jumping. I noticed right at the right point. He jumps just as the music hits. Look, just as it goes boom, he jumps, and it made me laugh. It was pure on accident when I did this, but because this was actually a clip from me playing, it wasn't something I did. A lot of bits like this and that are bits that I've gone into the game separately and recorded for the purpose of the intro, and obviously like bits like this as well that I've done, and purposely making sure they were to the left of the camera so I could fit in the writing. But so that's that. That's how I put them in, and I have 2 clips of each person. So you got 2 for Gribble, 2 for Eddie, and then 2 for Boone. It was hard to find a clip for Boone where he actually did something, but there we go, got that now. Maybe for future ones I can have some of those past clips with him. And then I just have random epicness that has happened throughout my playthrough. And there was a few bits I wanted to add in, but I didn't want to extend the music any longer. So as the music goes dun 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 dun, I just added in these 3 dramatic bits that happen. And quite often when I add in bits to this, it's stuff that hasn't actually been seen yet. So it's almost like a hint of what's to come, and I kind of like that. But then as the music stops here and goes dun, it's going to sound so weird, dun. As the music, it made me think of Grown Ups then with the buzzer guy. Anyone who gets that, that's a great film. Chuckling throughout the entire thing. Yeah, but as it hits there, the music kind of goes boom, and I made sure that was when the intro came in, when the words came in, because it's like hits you and it's like Fallout. This is it. This is the program. And obviously, you might be thinking this is a lot more effort that I'm putting into this, and I really should, but it's my channel, it's my stuff, and I'm proud of my work, so I want to make sure it looks good because, you know, it represents me. And then as it kind of rumbles off, I was going to do this anyway, but luckily the music, it goes done, and then kind of goes just as it rumbles off. And that's when I made this fade in and fade out using the same fade set as I did before. I made it go in 2 seconds, out 2 seconds. And that's when this comes in, and right at the end, everything there fades out 2 seconds, all at the exact same point, except for the music, which I made a straight line, because in that way I don't want it to curve in and out like I do with some of these other ones down here. It needed to be a nice, seamless ending. If I left the music as it was, it would have been a dead end, and that's not exactly what I wanted. So that's that right now, and I've got nothing here except for the very end. I've got a bit of text here that just says to be continued, which is in all my playthroughs, except for sometimes I change the text according to whatever playthrough it is, whatever I think matches, and that's kind of like I find like an old western kind of thing. I felt it fit. So right, all that time, everything I've done there is just for the previously and the intro. That is all that is. That is a lot of time, a lot of effort for such a small amount of thing, and that's for 3 minutes 21 or 3 minutes and 22 seconds. That's just about a tick over. 3 minutes and 22 seconds of my playthrough. That amount of time it is created to make that. So there's that. So what I'm gonna do now is that was Fallout Part 10. That was. Here's Fallout Part 11, which was me coming back just after I'd read that message and checked my sound recording and made a drink and emptied my bladder and everything you need to do. So you see this bit here, that's recorded there for, let's have a look, where did it start? It's 340 and then 55, so that's, here's my terrible math skills, that's 40, that's roughly 52 minutes of gameplay I've recorded. So now you can see what I'm talking about when I say I recorded a lot of gameplay at one point. Fallout 10 and Fallout 11, that was all one sitting, and this was a particular small setting for me. There's other times where I've actually been sitting and played for 4 hours straight playing a game. So and if I upload them in 20 minutes or half-hour blocks, you can see why it takes. Quite often you say stuff, oh, can you do this, can you do that, and it will take me about 7 or 8 episodes until I actually do it, because you know it's all stuff that's been pre-recorded. So now what I want to do, I'm blabbing, I could be doing this one blabbing. You see that there you got Fallout Part 11, that's the video, and as you saw there, that's the game audio, and that started there. If you just drag it down, it goes into music. You got here Fallout Part 11 again, which is just a real player folder. That's my voice. That's what I record with Audacity. So now I want to drag that, and I want to put that in there. Now if I click right to the very end there, you'll see that they aren't the same length, and there are 2 reasons for that. One reason is because when you start recording the picture with my Hopog, which I use, my Hopog HD PVR, and when I start recording the Audacity, there is no way in hell you can actually start them at the exact same time. You can get it close, but you can't do it at the exact same time, because you have to press start on one and then move over and then press start on the other. So there's going to be at least a second difference. So what I do, and whether you want to do this whole intro thing, or if you just want to do playthroughs where it literally just like starts playing like from there, or whatever, I suggest everyone does this. It's a great way to sync up your audio. So now, if I find it, I don't know where exactly I've done it. I'm going to have to play through this, and I may say some stuff here. I'm not sure. I might end up embarrassing myself with some of the stuff I say here, but let's have a look. Let's just play this and see what happens. Skim through a bit. Get my mic ready, I think. There we go. That's what I was looking for. See, there's a lot of time where I'm just getting ready and preparing myself, having a drink, stuff like that. So right here, what you see, these little blocks here, these little big lines that are going up and down and up and down, that's me. It's a little counting rhythm I do. And that's what I do is I count through it and I go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And as I do it, I scroll up and down between these two. And the reason why I do this is when I match this up, you'll see that they aren't in sync. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because you can't start them at the same time. But what I can do from here is if I go back to where I start talking 1, going in enough, and if you watch these numbers here, as I click on across, watch these numbers here where the 4 is, as I click across with the right arrow, it's going one frame at a time. Just one frame at a time. And that's obviously, I've just realised with my dunce brain what they are. They're the frames, 30 frames per second. God, I'm slow sometimes. As you see, if I click through, I keep clicking through until I first see it move. There we go. So let's go back. There you go. I can click between the two there, you see. So what I'm going to do is go back to where it is continue. And I want to move the audio to where I first start saying 1 onto when the continue first moves. So now if I bring this back a bit and play it, it should now be synced up together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. Boom. We are now synced up. Now if I click the top one, hold shift, click the bottom one, right click, group, create new. There we go. Now when I move these will all move together at this exact point, and I've now got them in a group. Trust me, before I found that out, my life was a misery trying to do these things.